Okay, so today, Woj reported that the Philadelphia 76ers and the Houston Rockets are going to be exploring a trade with James Harden. Now, I'm sure this is going to be featured around Ben Simmons, James Harden, and Ben. I mean, it's foreseen that James Harden is not happy in Brooklyn at the moment. We know everything that's going on with Ben Simmons, so I thought it'd be fun. Today on NBA 2K Simulation, we are going to be trading James Harden for Ben Simmons. We're going to see how these teams go. It's just going to be a one-season thing. We're going to start from where the NBA is right now. So let's get into the video. I hope you enjoy it. Get on board and let's roll. Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back. As you guys can see, this is the trade that we've got proposed at the moment. You got James Harden, Paul Millsap, 2 first-round draft picks going the way of Philly that will go to Brooklyn with Ben Simmons and Korkmaz. Now, this is what I've been looking at. This is what I'm feeling that Philly Philly have they've been asking quite a lot for Ben Simmons. Now, I don't think they'll include these 2 picks. I just threw them in just to throw it around, but we are going to do this deal. So James Harden will be in Philly and Ben Simmons will be in Brooklyn. So like I said, I'm going to be starting this basically where the NBA is right now. We know everything that's going on with James Harden, and today they just come out with the news that he may be traded. Wow, oh wow. James Harden teaming up with Joel Embiid. They are currently, I think, the 3rd seed. Brooklyn are on a 7-game losing streak as I make this video. I honestly feel like this is a good trade. I feel like Brooklyn's roster, besides Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, and you could probably throw in Patty Mills, it's not very strong. Now, as I said, I tried to get the wins and losses to what they are in the actual NBA. I didn't quite get it, but I mean, we're going to start from here. Now, I want you guys comment down below. Do you think this is a good trade? Do you think Brooklyn should make this trade? Do you think Philly should trade Ben? Do you think Brooklyn shouldn't? Please let me know the ins and outs. I'd love to get a discussion going, but this is how the starting lineups will look. I do know that Philly are trying to get off Tobias Harris' contract as well. So, man, maybe they'll throw him in the deal for a sweetener, and maybe they're going to have to send maybe Seth Curry or something, because it is James Harden. Now, James Harden will go to Philly, Ben Simmons, Kyrie, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and Aldridge. Now, this is going to be a simulation. Like I said, we're going to sim through some key parts of the season. We're going to see if this trade went through, how these teams would finish off the season. So, the first game that James Harden will play is against the Utah Jazz. Ben Simmons will play against the Utah Jazz. Now, Utah dropped 169. Yes, that is real. Ben finished with 14, 4, and 8. So it's a pretty interesting start to his Brooklyn career with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. James Harden's first game is against Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. He is joining the Philadelphia 76ers, a 38-14 Philly. And his first game, wow, oh wow, 25, 6, and 13. Joel Embiid, 33, 14, and 4. So, James Harden, he has fit straight away in this lineup. So it's going to be interesting to see if this trade does go through. Can they mesh? I just don't understand how James Harden wants to leave. I know everything that's going on with Kyrie Irving. I know how interesting it is. But my personal opinion, I think this trade should happen. I think James Harden will help Philly be a true contender out in the East. Now, these are the standings as we finish the All-Star break. So the All-Star break is finished. These are how the standings are looking. Philly still on top. You've got Brooklyn down below. But, Brooklyn, they just need to make the playoffs. Once they get to the playoffs, they'll be fine. As this is the next game that I've got simulated, that I've got on the calendar. It's actually Brooklyn taking on Philly. So Brooklyn and Philly will meet for the first time. Both these players being traded. But as we go through this video, I just want to talk about why I think they should make the trade. I feel like Brooklyn needs some defense, and I think Philly need help with Joel Embiid. They got a pretty good well-rounded roster. But imagine adding James Harden and how do you guard Embiid and you guard Harden? That is a tough task. Joel Embiid, I don't think Harden's played with a big who can shoot. He's played with Dwight, he's played with Capella. I feel like we need to see this. I feel like this would be better for Brooklyn, though. I feel like Brooklyn also will get a lot better. These are the award races. So James Harden and Joel Embiid, wow, they are right there. But the first game between these two teams is in Philly. It is the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. Man, oh man, if this trade does go through in the next week before the trade deadline, we actually could be seeing this game in real life very soon. Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris. Now, Joe Harris is injured at the minute. Kevin Durant. I don't know if Brooklyn will pull the trigger. I mean, maybe they just want to wait and see what would happen if Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden play together. But I mean, Kyrie can't even play every single game because he's not vaccinated. So what is going to happen there? Kevin Durant, Kyrie. Now, this one here was an absolute barn burner. Oh, Philly well and truly on top of Brooklyn in Ben Simmons' return game to Philly. Wow, imagine Ben Simmons gets traded and then he suits up and then he returns to Philly to take on James Harden and Joel Embiid. The crowd would be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I think you'd have to have police surrounding Ben at all times if this game actually happened. I mean, you got Philly coming out on top, but man, that crowd would be hostile. Very, very hostile. So this game here, NBA 2K have got the Philadelphia 76ers winning. Ben, 18 and 10, 8 from 20 from the field. Man, Kevin Durant, very quiet in this game. He was very, very quiet. But going into the playoffs as we simulate here, so just remember, we are simulating the second half of the season. Philly are on top with the first seed. Milwaukee, Brooklyn are 5th at the moment. Who is going to be in the playoff race? Do Brooklyn fall out? Honestly, don't believe that Brooklyn are going to fall out of the playoff race. But we are simming the end of this season. We're going to see who has the better end to the season. Let's look at the NBA awards. I mean, will these NBA awards actually come true in the actual NBA? I mean, we don't know that at the minute, but I mean, they could. They could. Giannis winning the MVP. I mean, I could see that. At the moment, I do have Joel Embiid winning the MVP. If they get James Harden and they keep winning, wow, he's going to win the MVP. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. I feel like Mobley will win the Rookie of the Year this year. I don't feel like Mobley can get that taken off him. Andre Drummond, 6th Man of the Year. Wow, don't see that happening. Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis. I feel like Draymond will win that. Tyrese Maxey, Most Improved. Now, Brooklyn, I feel like we'll want Tyrese Maxey in the deal, but Philly have come out and said they will not trade Tyrese Maxey. They do not want to trade Tyrese Maxey, but man, it's James Harden. I mean, it's one of the best scorers the league has ever seen. I don't understand how Philly can just trade Ben Simmons, who hasn't played all year, and not throw in like a sweetener, like a Tyrese Maxey, a Seth Curry. Danny Green, does he do the job? I don't think so. So, this is how the playoffs are going to look, as we will see here. Brooklyn will take on Miami and Philly will take on Cleveland. So we're going to sim this. We're going to see what happens. First round of action, Milwaukee, Indiana. So Philly got the 2nd seed and Brooklyn finished with the 4th seed. I can actually see that happening. I mean, I don't feel like that's an unrealistic expectation from these two teams. So Philly 2 taking on Cleveland, who are having a really, really good season. So that's not going to be an easy series. But let's do it. Let's simulate the round and let's see what happens. Philly taking on Cleveland. Cleveland actually won game 1. They won game 2, but Philly fought back and they got the job done. Brooklyn got rid of Miami. Miami will be right there, don't you worry. So the second round, Philly will be taking on Boston, and we've got Brooklyn taking on Milwaukee. Now through this series, through the playoff series, Kyrie Irving is averaging 36. Ben Simmons is averaging a triple-double. Yes, a triple-double. James Harden, 23. 6 and 8. You got Joel Embiid, 25. Tobias Harris, 21. Don't know if Tobias Harris will be there. So, I mean, man, we do not know. But both the teams have advanced. So both teams sticking around. Philly advance, Brooklyn advance. What happens now? Do these teams meet in the conference finals? Is that what NBA 2K is predicting? We just do not know. So we're going to have to see. And we're going to see what happens. So the next round, Boston. I do not see Boston beating Chicago. I just don't see it. I do not see it. 3-3. Brooklyn have advanced. They beat Milwaukee. So Ben Simmons, he gets one up on Philly. But it's Philly and Boston in the final game. Game 7. Who advances? Let's see. It is a home game for Philly. So it's going to be interesting to see if James Harden can lead this Philly team. At the moment, Philly lead by 1. Harden 12-1-6. Embiid 14-5-1. Oh my goodness, here we go. And Philly Is it going to be a Philly-Brooklyn? It is. So Philly is going to go through. They are going to be taking on Brooklyn in the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh my goodness. Ben Simmons, James Harden. Let's sim it. Let's get it underway. So all these games will be simcast. If it's a close game near the end, we'll jump in. But do you guys think this is a realistic prediction? I mean, do you think that Philly will meet Brooklyn in the Eastern Conference Finals? I still don't think these teams can beat Milwaukee with the trades. I mean, I feel like Milwaukee are so tough. So first game here is in Philly, and Philly, wow, off to a good start. It is a close game though, and Brooklyn are breaking away, 82-71. I think Brooklyn are going to win this. Brooklyn are going to take game one. Okay, so Brooklyn take game one. Wow. Goes the way of Ben Simmons. Game number 2, back in Philly. Here we go. Philly off to a hot start. Wow, they're actually breaking away in this one. 12-point lead. And it's looking like... Oh, Brooklyn are not going away, but Philly are going to run away with this, I think. They are up by 16. Oh wow. That went down to 3, but they fought it all back. So 1-1 now, series tied. James Harden going up against Ben Simmons in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, I feel like both teams don't get much... I mean, they don't get worse. I feel like Philly get better. Brooklyn get better because they get defense in Ben Simmons. Philly take game 3, so Philly lead 2-1. Can they go up 3-1? This would be big. James Harden, Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons has not got a championship. James Harden hasn't got a championship. So, Brooklyn well out here. 113, and Brooklyn wins. So 2-2. Both these teams are not giving up. It's 2-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. And you've actually got Utah and New Orleans meeting in the Western Conference Finals. So, I mean, that's a doozy in itself. You got Brooklyn here. Oh, Philly. Do Philly take the lead? I feel like Brooklyn, 100, 97. They're fighting. They are fighting. This could go right down to the wire. 106, 108. I feel like this will go down to the wire. So we're going to jump into it. We are going to jump into this as we close it down. 115, 117. Series tied here in Brooklyn. LaMarcus for 3. But we've got a chance here with Embiid, and LaMarcus blocks. Back out. Matisse for the lead. Matisse misses. Embiid. Oh my goodness. Aldridge blocks it again. And Brooklyn have a chance to almost ice this game. Kyrie at the line shooting. He knocks it down. 120, 117. Here we go. Embiid, they need a 3. He pulls up. He misses. Durant to Simmons. And Simmons will have a chance to ice it. So Simmons did miss the first, but he makes the second here. And Brooklyn do get the job done. So 3-2 at the minute. We are going back here to Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn win this and the series is over, but it's going to... I mean, I feel like it will go right down to the white. Wow, Brooklyn are breaking away. It's looking like Ben Simmons and the Nets are going to go through to the finals. It is looking like it. Oh, my word. 104, 132. So, do you guys feel like this will happen? Do you feel like it's going to be an Eastern Conference final between Philadelphia and Brooklyn? Brooklyn get the job done. They defeat... Wow, the 76ers. So Ben Simmons goes through to the finals. But I feel like this trade, as we conclude this video, I feel like this trade should go through. I feel like this trade will make both teams better. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this trade deadline. It's an exciting week to be an NBA fan. We don't know what's going to happen. Does James Harden get traded for Ben Simmons? Now, Utah Jazz actually going to win the NBA championship. I don't feel like this is going to happen in the actual NBA. But in the playoffs, James Harden did average 23, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. So, I mean, that's a dynamic duo in itself. I'd love to see this duo if it actually did happen in the NBA. Man, it would be interesting. I mean, it's a massive week in the NBA this week. Does James Harden get traded for Ben Simmons? We do not know. Does Ben Simmons actually suit up for the Brooklyn Nets if he does get traded? That is that's a question in itself. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. We are having a lot of fun on the series on the channel. So if you guys want to get involved, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.